Hey there, ghosties. It's your favorite TRANSFEM girly, back with music this time. Today's gonna be about the pros and cons about being transgender, and if it's more of a negative or a positive thing. Starting with the pros, obviously, you get to be yourself, and you get to be proud of the beginning, process, and end of your journey and transition to be truly you. It is a metamorphosis of sorts that enables you to feel okay in your own skin after so long. It's beautiful. Another great part about being trans is the awesome community. 99% of the people in the LGBTQIA+ community are sweet, understanding, and diabolically funny. I've met so many cool people and learned so much from them. They've guided me on a path of self-understanding that I wouldn't have without some of them. A final pro about being transgender is you get to experience both sides of a binary gender spectrum. There's more than just two genders, of course, and in this case, I'm not talking about the term transgender as an umbrella term for all of those who fall under non-binary genders, binary genders, and everything in between. I'm talking about the two genders, male and female. Not that those are the only genders, but trans femmes and trans masks. With that out of the way, if you're a trans woman, you can see the masculine side first and enjoy some of what it has to offer, and then transform into a beautiful woman and learn about all that has to offer, and then vice versa if you're a trans mask. Now the cons. There's gender dysphoria, and I wouldn't wish this little goblin on my worst enemy. Imagine this. You and your friends go to a fair, and all of them get a huge bag of candy and prizes. But what do you get? A water. That's the best way I can describe gender dysphoria. Looking in mirrors is a lot more difficult for those who struggle with it, as well as taking... What? I still can't talk. I'm so sorry. As well as talking, working out for some, and how someone dresses can all be really dysphoric and discomforting. There's a lot of jealousy that goes into it, and it's terrible. I genuinely, it's horrid. It's horrid. That's the best way I can describe it. It's terrible. Another con of being trans is that our brains generate such a wide spectrum of gender. For some people, it's like solving a 200,000 piece puzzle with nothing but a thumb. And all of it can be so confusing, demanding, and bewildering for someone to go through being trans in any way at all. I mean, like, if you're gender fluid and you're trying to give yourself just one gender because you don't know about the term gender fluid and don't know that applies to you, you're obviously gonna get really confused. And I think that's kind of a big con. I, for the longest time, thought I was demi-boy because I knew about trans people, but I didn't think it applied to me. Then I had a lot of stuff go down. It's really in-depth and confusing, and that's why I think being trans can be really confusing. And that's another one of our cons. There's immense discrimination. As lovely as the trans and LGBTQIA community is, it gets hated so much. We're people too. Treat us that way. The people fetishize, villainize, and outwardly insult transgender individuals of all kinds. It's infuriating. And gross, and it makes me want to steal some people's neurons. Particularly a certain orange man. Anyways. Now we talk about whether I believe being transgender is a good or a bad thing. And I'll say this. Being trans is beautiful, rewarding, and a reason to be oh so proud of yourself. Because just figuring out that you're trans in any way, shape, and or form, and figuring out which damn label applies to you can be super hard. So just knowing you're trans in some way is a reason to be proud. But I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, as I've kind of said before. Before and during transition, it is so hard for someone to live. Not knowing you have gender dysphoria but feeling wrong is horrible. So yes, being trans is obviously a good thing. But it's not without its fair set of challenges. It's only good because it's hard. Life is very similar. Alright, enough sentimental slop. Bye for now, ghosties. Stay safe, take your meds, and get some sleep tonight, okay? Bye. Have a good weekend.